All right, so this bag's been out for a while, but I'm finally getting around to looking at the classic and tough to find, but if you can find it, definitely worth picking up. This is the Evergoods and Carryology collaboration, their first one, the Phoenix. And it is a fantastic bag for travel. Could be an everyday carry bag for you, but for me, it's a travel bag. Took it on a 3-day trip, finally, and in the pack out and use phase of this trip, I just realized the genius of this bag, and I totally fell in love with it. And it's now an instant classic, top 5 bags, you name it, it's in every category for me. Definitely a keeper because of all the unique features that other companies are gonna copy because they're just awesome. And again, top pocket, bing, love it, and all the features, AquaGuard zippers, VX42, it's got all the favorites all wrapped into one. Let's take a look at the Carryology collaboration with Evergoods, the Phoenix. Today we're knocking out a classic review. Classic in the sense that this bag has been out there for a while. A lot of you have seen it already. This is not something new that just got released. This has been out for over a year now. In fact, I missed the first run of these bags. Didn't really want to pay secondary market prices because it's a very popular design from Evergoods and Carryology, but I picked it up in the second run, ordered it in the fall, picked it up about 3 months ago. It's been sitting here in the stack, really just hanging there, really taunting me off and on because it said, take me out somewhere, let's go on a trip. But I haven't used it because other more recent releases have come out and those just sort of jumped in line. So now I'm finally taking a look at this bag. And really, after using it for a 3-day trip, I really was wondering why I waited so long because it has a lot of awesome features. So let's take a look. Everything that is the Phoenix from Carryology and Evergoods, a version of their CPL 24. Let's take a look at it. Let's go. All right, so the Phoenix, and it's got an awesome patch, don't you think? Very awesome. I'm gonna leave it on there just because it shows everybody you've got the Phoenix. And VX42 build, and it is very awesome. A lot of fantastic features. In fact, before I used it, it probably wasn't on my keeper list if I had to do a big purge of all my bags. But now that I've used it for a 3-day trip, I really do see the genius of it. So I'm going to point out some of the features that really differentiate this bag from the rest of the fleet. And again, I went on a 3-day trip, needed a pack minimalist in one bag just because I was light and on the go. Now I also have a hidden feature in here that I used while I was on the road and out around town because I didn't want to take this one everywhere, but this one was the travel bag, and it is still packed out on my 3-day trip version. So what else did I consider before I did this? Well, I went the Able Carry Max version first and packed it out. 30 liters on the upper end of what I needed for 3 days, but I just love all the pockets. But again, the Phoenix hadn't gone on a trip, so I needed to take the Phoenix, so I didn't end up taking the Max. I also considered in the volume realm of 24 liters of the Phoenix, I considered one of my favorite bags, the GR2 26 liters, just because it has all the different compartments, good for a trip. You can kind of live out of it for several days, and so of course it's got an awesome patch, never for sale. But this didn't make the cut either, again because the Phoenix hadn't been on a trip. It was its turn, and man, I am very happy that I took this bag. Nothing against the other two, but this one was fantastic. What makes it awesome, and first of all, as a travel bag, you really just have a lot of features that make this bag awesome because you can access things on the go without really ripping into the whole bag. And that's really what a GR1, the negative part of that is you really get into that main compartment before you get any of the genius out of it, and except for that front pocket on a GR1. And then if you have the Heritages or one of the other special editions with that top pocket. So I almost took the Heritage. That was, I guess, a third choice that I didn't take. But the Phoenix gives you lots of opportunities to access what you got in there on the go. And you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I am a super big fan of anything with a top pocket. In fact, I'm going to start only buying bags with a top pocket, or some way to quickly access some of those items that you really want on the go. In here today, just some reading glasses. And my sunglasses are in here. I got the Apple Pencil in case I want to do some work. And so that's in there. And then sunglasses and AirPods are typically always in here. Now the benefit, and this is one of the biggest pluses of this bag, is that this not only has a top pocket, but it has a ton of space. It's super wide opening, easy access. It's bright orange like the rest of the interior of this bag, and that's kind of a thing with the Carryology collaborations, is bright orange on the inside, which I do like. Now, the other part of this that's sort of the genius of some of the Evergoods bags is they kind of build things in spaces that you not necessarily would think to put things, and that is this little sort of wedge at the top of the bag. So as this sits on your back, there's a little bit of space in between where the back of the bag is and where the compartment is. So this little wedge, little Dorito chip, if you will, is a just sort of unused space. So why not put a pocket in there? So that's really what's awesome about this bag, is they utilize the space very well. And that top pocket, big fan of how that pocket looks and feels. And again, if you're on the go, in the airport, anywhere, that accessing those quick access items has really been my favorite thing lately. Additionally, accessing other items in this bag, we've got this side pocket, which is designed for your laptop or other peripherals are in there. You can also put a hydration bladder in there. So there's a way to do that. And there's a way to hang it. There's a little loop inside. About the middle of this panel is a little loop in there for you to hang a hydration bladder. And then you have the ability to route that bladder hose through these straps and have them come out right here. So it's covert, not there, not in your face all the time. And when you're not using a bladder, which I probably will never use with the Phoenix, it's out of the way. And so you never notice that. But inside this pocket is some cool features. They've got, well, there's a way to access the frame sheet, of course, if you needed to put more rigid one in there or take that out. And then there's a separate layer dividing the sort of bladder area to this, what I would consider the laptop area, or in my case, an iPad Pro 12.9 inch. So that's where that lives. And then what's cool is they've got this little Velcro strip in there, which you could use to put over this Velcro area and keep the laptop in there if you were going to go in there for other items. But what's also cool, and these are little details that, you know, when people add these to bags, you go, yeah, those guys are really thinking about it. They put another little loop in here, so if you were to just fold that strap in there, it stays out of the way. So if you don't use it, you don't need to use it. So those are the little details that great companies put into their bags that other people would just throw that in there, sew it in there, and let you use it. And if not, it was going to get in the way and annoy you. So this case, it doesn't. And again, fits the bigger iPads or the 13-inch MacBook Pro, no problem. Would fit the bigger ones, but it would be a little tighter. For me, that bag, that fit in there perfectly. Now, since I'm talking about the laptop area, and again, the back panel doesn't have a different material. It says VX42 everywhere on the exterior. Actually, that's not, that's a little different. That's just some, what is that? Anyway, it's a different material on the back panel. But the comfort of this bag. So I've done another review on the Triple Design Axiom 24. When I had that thing decked out in the same mode, and they are the same capacity, but when I had this thing packed out and I had my laptop in the back, it was the most uncomfortable bag on my back, just the way it was designed. Not so with the Phoenix. I carried it around for 3 days with it totally packed out. It was totally comfortable on my back. One of the more comfortable bags I've had, just because of the ergonomics of this back panel and the way that it fits in there. Everything is sort of behind this frame sheet. Just worked out really well. Since we're looking at the straps, curved, good, comfortable for everybody, very comfortable for me, and again, very comfortable just the way they fit. No load lifters, so if that's a deal breaker for you, just be advised. They've got an adjustable sternum strap already installed. Very easy to remove with these clips and put them up into different positions if the middle position wasn't for you. Plenty of loop to make this totally adjustable for you. So pretty simple, No ability to put a waist belt, but you really don't need it. That's not what this is designed for, but very comfortable straps. Like the way they're connected. And if you've seen another review, I did another review on the PLC 20. They have an issue with their straps, just makes noise and it's not comfortable. Not so with this one. They're very solidly built straps. So if they put these on the PLC 20, it'd be a game changer, but they don't, and so that kind of annoys me. Front of the bag, and again, holding this bag, carrying it around, you have two handles, one on the top and one on the side. Not on this side, just this side. And there's an aluminum bar inside the bag, so when you carry this thing, it doesn't totally collapse on itself. So that is totally cool, a way to manipulate this bag in any mode, and so that's really, really awesome. And again, one more exterior pocket, and it's on the front. It's vertical, which I'm not typically a fan of, but this bag, I think it works. You just have to think about how you're gonna, which shoulder you're, releasing to access that. And for me, that's just not the way I use it. So for me, it's just when it's on the ground, how I'm gonna use this vertical pocket. Now there is some added organization in there, so you can put some stuff, and a zippered pocket. So that typically for me on this trip was the little charging brick for my phone if I needed it, and but then it moved over to another part of the bag, which I'll show you later. But yeah, some organization. Well, all I have is some bars in there right now. The pocket goes all the way to the side and all the way to the bottom, but it doesn't go anywhere on this side. So that could be an improvement later, just to access some of this size of the bags, because it ends up only being about over to here in terms of the width of this front pocket. Vertical with some organization, and it's all orange on the inside. That's the outside features. Let's take a look at what's inside the Phoenix. All right, so accessing this, totally clamshell, and one thing I didn't point out about on the outside is they've got these little tabs everywhere you're going to grab the zippers, so you can really have an anchor point as you're pulling this zipper open or closed. Another little detail is these little rubberized grips on all the zipper pulls, which are cool. There's a big AquaGuard zipper on the main, and really AquaGuard everywhere, which is a really cool feature. Big fan of that. Just adds a nice little touch and protection for whatever you have in the bag. Now the clamshell does go all the way to the bottom and around the corner, and the around the corner part is sort of the detail that's important here, because that around the corner lets you totally open the bag very easily, clamshell, without having to sort of fold stuff over or impact anything that you have inside the bag. So there you go. Now I got a jacket on top, stuffed on top. Let's talk about what else is in here. Now, two pockets, and again, bright orange. You're gonna be able to see whatever you have in here. What do I have in here today? Well, I've got just a little pouch that I had something in there earlier, and then some envelopes, some paperwork, and the little card from Evergoods. That's fantastic. And then this top access, quick access, a lot like the GR1 inside top access. Is just an easy way to access things that are on the inside and more secure. So in this case, passport, ID, wallet might be in there, some other things you could put in there, which I liked, and I like the ability to keep stuff quick access, but maybe not right there in front, and for someone to look at and maybe pull out. So bright orange on the inside, very, very cool. 24-liter capacity, very awesome. Got plenty of stuff in here. What do I have in here? Well, this is the Code of Bell X-Pod, Cross-Pod. This is my go-to bag if I'm anywhere and I need to kind of go around and carry camera gear and other stuff, but I don't want to put them in my pockets because I have too much and I don't want to carry the bag. So this Cross-Pod, I haven't done a video review on this, probably coming soon, because this thing is fantastic. Just love the ability to carry other stuff, put bigger items in there. Man, this thing is, and it's loaded down with a lot of the little things I was accessing on the way. Boom, it's in here, and then it just fits inside, and I can take it out and wear it around town, sling style, and just can't say enough. Love this thing. And to be honest, you could wrap it around the sucker, and it looks like it goes with it because it's all this same VX42 on the outside. So it looks like it's part of the family here. What else? I have Dop Kit. This is the Echo size of the GoRuck Field Pocket. Sometimes offered, not very often, so if you find them, get them. This is, to me, this is my 2 to 3 day version Dop Kit. That's all I need because I'm a guy. This is the Cap 1L, and again, this is my go-to for all my charging. This is just a really easy thing to put and throw in anywhere, and it fits in here perfectly. The other thing, and I'll have to thank JT for pointing these out to me. I had packing cubes from Amazon and absolutely love them. And but this one, this is the 10-liter size, the full version, 10-liter size from GoRuck, and there's a link in the description. They're available right now, and they'll sell out probably here in another week because they're just very popular. But what's cool about it is not only is it a packing cube, but it basically is 2 packing cubes with a zipper together. So it really gives you the ability to put, in this case, pants, shorts, whatever, and then 2 compartments on the inside. So I just love this method, especially for only a few days to pack, and it happens to be the perfect size for the bottom of just about any of these, I would say 21 and up size backpacks. It just fits perfectly in the bottom and allows you to pack, keep everything contained, keeps your stinkiness away from all your electronics, you name it, but it just was really cool, really like it. On the inside, you have the ability to put another and a stretchier material, a bigger laptop, maybe in a sleeve. So you have one on the outside and one on the inside. Cool. You've got some loops in here. There's an ability to put some stuff in here. Not really sure what you would put in there, but that's pretty cool. And then, it's hard to see in here, but you have the ability to get to this aluminum bar. So if that wasn't your jam, if you really wanted to be more compressible to put it in another bag, you could totally take that bar out there if you wanted to, or maybe it bent and you need to fix it, whatever. You can get to that totally. So like the finish of this bag, totally, definitely packs out awesome, and can't say enough about the color. I'm glad I took it on a trip because, man, did it work out. All right, so that's the Evergoods Phoenix. Very good, very nice patch, by the way, very nice materials, and it is just in that 24-liter size, a great 3-day pack out bag, and that's what I used it for, a 3-day pack out, and it worked awesome. I like the ability to, you know, get to a lot of my stuff while I'm on the go. I like that top access pocket, obviously, but that's not going to surprise anybody. And so I just a big fan of the bag after using it. So I really wasn't initially, or maybe I knew I was going to fall in love with it if I used it, so I just didn't use it yet. But anyway, after a 3-day trip, definitely making sure that this bag stays in the inventory for that 24-liter size trip, in this case 3 days for me. So there you go, Evergoods Phoenix. I really do love this Phoenix for a lot of reasons, mainly that top pocket, the volume, the high-vis orange, the aqua guard, you name it. It all comes wrapped up and put together very well, and just totally love the design of this bag. So if you do too, leave me a comment down below, and otherwise, get outside, enjoy the weather. Hopefully it's nice where you are. It just rained, it's kind of muggy here in Georgia, but otherwise still nice. So let's get outside. See ya. Tried to really connect, I wanted to break this bag out to get them. Start over. We're taking a look at the classic in the sense that